Guys, welcome to another episode of my NBA 2K What If series slash Can we make this team a championship in a 3-year time span? I know the title's a little bit long, but just kind of playing with the idea of how this kind of series is best like streamlined. Used to do this as a 5-year sim. Now I think 3 years makes the most sense. Gives me a little bit more of a challenge, and I feel like it's just more realistic because NBA teams can literally change their rosters overnight. So, without further ado, we're going to be using the Boston Celtics in the sim, and we'll see if we could turn them into another championship team after winning it 2 years ago. Here we go. Okay, so we're going to be starting today. Make sure all the playoffs are updated as best we can and select the Boston Celtics. The Celtics ultimately lost to the Sixers in 7. Yeah, they didn't have Jason Tatum in that game. It was kind of weird that he didn't play. Because I think he did play earlier, so it is weird that he decided to not play Game 7, but did play Game 6. Not sure what the deal was with that injury, but like it's behind us at this point, so not much more they can really do. We'll go ahead and simcat or force win this game because we do know the result here. Not that this season really matters, but it just kind of gives us a little bit of a better picture for the sim. So we'll force win for the Pistons, and as I'm doing this game, Pistons have just won, and yeah, it's still about an hour away as of now before the Cavs Raptors game commences. So we'll go ahead and do the sim. They have Knicks Lakers final and Knicks in 6. All right, so have less points to work with here. You look at retirements. We got Chris Paul, Kyle Lowry, Mike Conley, Al Horford, Batum, Love, Westbrook, Temple, JV, Clay Thompson. So there are some bigger names here. Usually, I think pretty much every sim to this point had LeBron retiring, but this year that is not the case. So maybe something to look out for. We sim ahead to the draft lottery here, and yeah, Celtics doubtful that they would have a pick anyway. Do we have our own pick though? We do at pick 27. Yeah, the Celtics team, it's in a little bit of a strange spot, I would say. It's kind of in between like having vets on this team as well as some prospects. Derek White, 85 overall, but 30 mil a year for the next 3 years might be a problem going forward. Got the reigning six man from, I mean, they haven't announced six man this year, I don't think. So he's still the reigning six man. So we still got Pritchard's services. Jalen Brown, we got Shireman, who's a prospect, but 25 at 76 overall. We might look to move on from him. Got a great shooter in Hauser, but would like him to be a little bit better for the amount we're paying him. So maybe look for a replacement there. Hugo Gonzalez, a prospect. Jason Tatum, obviously one of the stars on this team, and didn't mention Brown, but the other star on this team in Brown. Um, Jordan Walsh is a guy that I absolutely love. I think he's one of the best defenders in the league. Coming off the bench is rough just because the guy ahead of him is, called Jason Tatum. But I actually saw him play in high school, and right away he just jumped out of the gym. I saw him as a sophomore. Um, he was, I think, I don't, it was a different high school that he finished on, but yeah, I watched him play a sophomore game. It was like a away game for them. It was at my old high school. It's called the Holiday Classic out in San Diego, if you guys know it. But yeah, it's produced a lot of NBA talent. And yeah, Walsh happened to be playing that game, and right away you could tell that this guy had like an NBA aspect about him. And he's proven that he's an NBA champ now, and I'd love to see him continue to progress as a great defensive man in this league. But yeah, we got Nikola Vucevic, who's a free agent. I don't know why, they pulled the trigger on that trade. Don't think he's a quality player at this point in his career. And yeah, it's pretty much it. Don't love Luka Garza's game much, but Keita, he really seemed to be the runner, the front runner for most improved player. But yeah, he didn't get the nod at the end of the day. I wonder where he finished in voting, if he was even a finalist. But I think with the Vucevic trade, he definitely took a back seat a little bit just because of Vucevic's resume was a little bit better. But yeah, I think Keita is a really capable player. Um, and yeah, I think he did all he could to keep the six Celtics in that game seven. 17-12 off the bench, I believe. So pretty solid numbers. But yeah, that is going to be it for, we're simming real life. So here's where things get interesting. Can we get a solid player in this draft class, in this deep draft class, mind you? Or do we just trade out? Let's see what we can get if we do make a trade. Dylan Cardwell, Battle. Yeah, so maybe I think it's just worth it that we make a trade here. I think I saw like 2 firsts. Could be wrong about that. Pistons unprotected is not going to be great. Maybe we do the this one, Clippers swap best. Alright, we'll do that. Just curious who they pick. Arenas, okay. We'll sim to the end here. Rookie signings, nobody. Team player options, we'll decline Shireman, just because I don't think he's worth investing. I feel like we could get maybe a better player. And then didn't make these trades during the draft, which is what I usually do. So let's see if we can maybe trade some other guys here. Yeah, like Amari Williams. Don't know if we'll want his services back next year. Yeah, I mean, 24 years old, 69 overall is not really going to contribute much, so would definitely rather replace him if we can. All right, we'll do that trade. And then what else we got? Maybe Garza, 78 overall. Isn't terrible, but just want to explore what offers might be getting our way. A Jazz pick? All right, we'll do that. Okay, so LeBron is a free agent. Vucevic is a free agent. Don't know if we want to bring him back. I know we have the birdier rights on him, but he's very old, and I just don't know if he's worth it. I would love to bring back Robert Williams. Hell yeah. 2-year, 4. Yeah, we're kind of a little bit hampered with just the cap space situation. If we can bring in Hardaway maybe for 2 years, and then we need a point guard, maybe Simmons. We can move him to 3 as well. If you guys are new to this, I usually trade or sign for Simmons. Usually sign for Simmons, just because I can move him to the 3 and he gets so much better. Yeah, Renounce, we trade him, so we don't need that. Okay, and then maybe Chris Dunn we'll look to bring in. And then still need maybe Melton. Alright, we'll try to pull a trigger here. So couldn't get Williams or Melton. Bummer. Damn, yeah, we really can't there. Okay. Bagley? No. Alright, so we got too many point guards after signing Simmons. So we'll move him to the 3. Alright, so Dunn, Pritchard, White, Brown, Hardaway, Simmons, Hauser, Gonzalez, Tatum, Walsh, and then we just got one center left over. I mean, yeah, if we do get Vooch for 7 mil is pretty steep in my eyes, so I mean, maybe if we absolutely have to bring him in, I guess we will, but yeah, just right now I just don't see that really working out. Let's get Bible maybe. And power forward. I guess we'll just add Vooch. Let's do, yeah, something like that. All right, Drummond will sign. Thibault will sign. All right, Booch will go to the Lakers. That's fine by me. Kenrich, we can sign. And then we have one more slot available here. Let's go after, um, hmm, maybe like, I'd be fine going after, Middleton, just because he's a vet, and yeah, he might retire anyway. You might like to trade him, so kind of a net. Like, we're not going to really be without anything there. And yeah, that's it, right? I don't think we offered anyone else. So we will go ahead and sim to the next year. So this will be the first year of the video, first year of the sim. As soon as we win a championship, it's going to be episode over. But yeah, with the Celtics team being 2 years removed from an NBA championship, you'd like to think that this is going to be one of the easier sims to do. But you know, if you're new to some of these videos, it's definitely hard to win. I feel like 2K maybe buffed it a little bit. It made it a little bit harder to do some of these sims. But yeah, all right. So we got Williams, Thibault, Drummond, Gonzalez, Middleton. I would like to see Gonzalez be like maybe at the 11th man. If we go 11 deep, would he be? No, we got Kenrich. Okay. Maybe we just look to swap those minutes. Okay, and then Hauser, Hardaway, Pritchard, Keita, or Keita rather. Pick and roll offense. Let's go neutral, average, some crash. Let's do it like that. All right, we'll try it out. 30% chem. Frankly, I'm a little surprised by that because I feel like we didn't really blow up this team too much. So would have thought it would be more at like 60%. But yeah, I mean, once we get some wins together, we should be able to string a lot of wins and get that chemistry up. Mogbo, no. All right, 14-6 through 20. It's a solid start. Right now we're top three in the East. So, I mean, Celtics, they lost as a 2 seed. So we just got to be better than that. That's unacceptable, frankly. Granted, I know Tatum lost a tremendous amount of time, but yeah, the fact that the Celtics were able to make it that far, um, even without Tatum, and have that record without Tatum for most of the season is pretty impressive. I don't know if you guys had friends, fans out there, but I do recall just now it occurred to me that Blake Griffin, he made a bet. He was on the show. He made a bet with one of the producers, Carlos, on the show, and he said he would pay for like a hair transplant if Carlos was able to correctly pick the finals matchup, and he picked Celtics Thunder. So yeah, it looks like he'll have to pay for it out of his own pocket. If he had picked it correctly, Blake would have paid for it. But yeah, better luck next time, I guess. Okay, so Hardaway is injured, still an 80 overall. Just doing solid off the bench, actually. Yeah, 14 points. That's awesome. And then Hauser. So we got right knee tendonitis and sore left hand. White, Brown. Okay. And then so 10 deep. We do have Gonzalez back in the rotation. Like to see that. And then we are at the trade deadline. So let's see what maybe we could trade for here. Like Middleton. What was he looking at? What can we maybe get for him? A first round pick. I mean, he's a guy who might end up retiring anyway, so if we can get a first out of that, I think that would be an awesome upgrade. Then someone like Thibault, he's not really playing for us at all, so again, seem kind of camp, I would say, if we could get something for him. If he's not going to be around next year, maybe. Duncan Robinson, interesting. They want us to give up a second there, though. I mean, Zion James would be awesome. But they want us to give up a first. Let's go back to the Zion trade. How about just straight up? Alright, we'll do that. Okay, so we add Sion James, former Duke product. Okay, so he'll get some time. All right, and then we do need to sign a free agent. See who's available. We could use his backup center, but yeah, we can't afford that. Collins, we could probably afford him. All right, we'll do that. Yeah, definitely could use another center, so awesome. We'll do that. All right, and then Collins how is he like tired? We just signed him. Okay. So if we do go 10 deep, Sion James would be in the rotation, right? Over Hugo? Yeah. Okay. And then so someone else not in the rotation here. Like maybe Drummond. What could we get, if anything? Because he's another guy that usually regresses pretty quick. You get Baylor Shireman back first, but yeah, we're swapping first. It's pretty much there. A first from the Nuggets. I think we're good. Let's just not go crazy with some of these trades. And Kita, yeah, I'll definitely like to re-sign you. Walsh, definitely. Let's go 4 years for 3. It's a pretty good haul. And what else? Pritchard is looking at 7. Yeah, if we could sign him for cheaper, that'd be awesome. Give us a little bit of a hometown discount. 550, cool. And yeah, it looks like we're set up well here. Shaved a few $1 million here and there. All right, so right now, second in the East, looking great. Able to hit that 40-20 mark per Phil Jackson. That's the testament of a championship team. If you're able to hit that 40th win before your 20th loss, so well surpassed that mark. So that's awesome. We even get to 50 before 20th loss. We're on a really great run here. And as soon as I say that, we lose to the Heat. I mean, hey, we're on track for about 60 wins or so. What was our record last year? If we could surpass that, 56-26. So yeah, we're at 56 wins now. With about 5 games to go, 6 games. Let's get to 60 wins if we can. There we go. 61-21 will finish the year out. Cade Cunningham, MVP, Rookie of the Year, AJ DeBansta, Jalen Green, 6-man, Wembanyama, Defensive Player of the Year, Most Improved, Ricochet, Wembanyama, deep or clutch player, and Chris Finch, Coach of the Year. Any Boston Celtics here. Tatum, All-NBA second team, second best scoring season for him. That's awesome to see. Oh, he averaged 10 boards this year. Granted, limited sample size, but that's pretty impressive. And then no Jaylen Brown nod. And then defensively, looks like nobody. And then we didn't have any rookies, so just Tatum gets the nod there. And it looks like we got an injury. Simmons is out. What does he have? Ankle sprain, 1 to 2 weeks. It's not terrible, but would like to be fully healthy this time around. So wait, Hardaway is starting. Was that who we started last year? Or not last year? Has he been our starter this whole season? If so, I didn't realize that. No, wait, who's our usual starter at the 2? That was Pritchard. Yeah, what? Huh. Oh, I think, yeah, it was Brown usually, and then Simmons at the 3. That's right. Okay. All right. So I mean, I'm good with that lineup there. So we did secure the 1 seed of the East. Kind of flip-flopped with the Pistons this time around. We'll face off against the Hornets round 1. So Sion James going against his former team. So pretty much the same Hornets team from last year. So here we go. First year of the sim, or first playoff game of the sim. Can we take it game 1? We will. On paper, I think we should definitely have this team's number. Just because, I mean, we got superior amount of playoff experience. Joe Mazzulla is the head coach of that last championship team. We have the 2 stars, like 3 leading scorers probably from that team as well, still on the roster. So I feel like we should easily take this team down as we do lose game 2. But yeah, we need to come out strong. It was a little bit of a shock for the Celtics to lose round 1, so we can't let that happen back-to-back seasons. All right, we're up 3-1, and now it's game 5 back in Boston. Let's do our TD Garden fans happy. There we go. So we advance to the second round. We'll face off against the Orlando Magic. And Magic, another first-round casualty from a year ago. So see if we can get past them. So they added Mitch Rob. Okay. So maybe Wendell Carter Jr. off the bench. Let's see what they're looking like here. Yeah, Carter off the bench. De Silva's hurt. Aaron Wiggins, Sochan. Alright, so yeah, they've added some players. Steven Adams as well. Alright, but again, on paper, I think we should be able to take this team out. And we got Simmons back from injury, so that's huge. Tim Hardaway off the bench should provide us some great scoring. Alright, here we go. Game 1 we take. Alright, game 2 now. Down 1 after the first. Able to take that lead at halftime. And we'll run away with it at the end there. Game 3, here we go. We're playing great these playoffs. Knock on wood, we continue that. Okay, close game there, but we're up 3-0. Have a great cushion, safety cushion in front of us. And it looks like we will go ahead and sweep this Magic team to advance to the conference finals. Awesome. Okay, and we'll face off against the Knicks. What a matchup in this conference finals. So it's between the 1 seed and 3 seed in both conferences. Minnesota, San Antonio, Boston, and New York. So the Knicks no longer have Mitch Rob, but you know the starting 5 is still intact. But yeah, this is going to be a tough matchup. We do have home court, so definitely need to utilize that to our advantage. All right, so, we're up 7, still plenty of time here. 3-point game. Can we finish strong? We do. I think we only won by 1 point there, so yeah, very nail-biting kind of game 1. All right, close game here again. Can we hold on to the very end? We do. All right, game 3 in the Mecca. It's a tough atmosphere to play in and win in, especially. And yeah, it looks like we will not be winning there today. Big bounce back game for them there. But all right, here we go. Game 4 in the Garden. Can we go up 3-1 heading back to Boston? Or is this Knicks team woken up? All right, Brunson at 41 there. Not sure why we tweaked the rotation there a little bit. They had Pritchard starting over White, so maybe with White back as the starter, we'll win some more games again. Close game here again. Down to the wire, rolling up 3. 46 seconds, we'll jump in.
Brunson.
Way too much space.
Talk about stepping up in a big way.
I'll tell you, it takes confidence to pull
right,
the
here we go.
trigger in that situation. You love guys who relish the moment.
Oh, mismatch there.
Cada in at the 5. Peyton Pritchard is out there with Jaylen Brown. And it's Simmons in at the small forward position. That's
wide open.
The game for the Celtics. Now here's Tatum. At this point, I'm not sure if it's the play calling
22
or
seconds.
the player himself.
We need to stop, guys.
And we'll have a timeout call.
We have 1 timeout left.
And coach didn't want to take any chances in this situation, which is why he called the TO. All right, what are the considerations at this late juncture? It's always interesting to see what players
up here
for a situation like this.
What you want
wow,
is to create a clean,
massive turnover.
high-percentage look, if that's at all possible.
Great job, White.
He's checked in for Boston.
All right, give it to our best free throw shooter here, please. All right.
And they need to stop
there we
the
go.
clock, so there's the foul. Yeah, and there's
There's no question they have to foul. Now, I'm sure they would have preferred to avoid it.
He drops the first one, and that'll put him up 2. Second one is good. Getting
Up
both
3,
at the line.
60 seconds.
It's a 3-point game.
Delivering
lock down
exactly
here
what they needed
defensively.
from the line. He secures the 3-point lead.
Oh, it's
There we
off
go.
target. And now they...
All right, I'm comfortable to sim ahead here. Up 3, Tatum at the line. Okay, we do end up winning. Looks like he missed one of the free throws, but still good enough to win. And now we are 1 game away from returning to the finals where we were just 2 seasons ago. But again, we got to win in New York. Haven't been able to do that thus far. So win here would be massively clutch. We're up 8. It's a tight game. We're up 10. Looks like we'll take it, and we will advance to the finals where we will face up against the Timberwolves. Wow, 38 points per game for Ant-Man and 34 for Tatum are your conference finals MVPs. Injury-wise, still 100% healthy. All right, so Hauser's our 10th man. I mean, yeah, we've really put together a great roster here. So this Wolves team is the very same, but they have Dante and Anthony Edwards back from injuries, obviously. But yeah, it's a 1 seed versus 1 seed. See how the East matches up against the West this year. And I think what should be a very competitive finals. All right, game 1 looks like we'll lose. So Minnesota has home court over us, so hopefully they overlook us a little bit. But we've got to be able to win on the road here. That's the key to this series. We'll see if the basketball gods of Boston will will us to victory. All right, we're down 2 games to 0, so not a great start. They put Pritchard back to start. All right, game 3 in Boston. Come on, guys, let's step it up here. We got the experience over this Wolves team. Down 2, down 3, down 3. Come on, guys. Man, we're down 3 games to 0. Guys, what is going on? Cannot be swept. Let's come back from 3 down. It'd be amazing if we could. I feel like we're definitely capable of doing this, but yeah, again, this Wolves team is definitely on the up and up. All right, we're down 2 with 1:51 left. Please, 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 let's lock in.
A 2-point game. And there's 1:45 left to play here in the 4th. Now here's Gobert. Defense right on him.
Nice.
Doesn't get that one.
All right, here we go.
The Celtics shooting 40% from the field. On the court for Minnesota.
Too easy.
The wingmen, Edwards and McDaniel.
St. Louis on St. Louis there.
And it goes Turmu in at the 1 spot.
All right, tie game. 1:17 left.
Long move inside by Edwards.
At every level, Edwards has been the go-to guy for his team. It's in his DNA.
Now here's White.
Pick and roll.
Well, you just
There we go.
seen a player with absolutely no fear.
Cool, calm, collected, and confident in the biggest moment of the game. Yes.
Edwards inside.
Come on.
Finish inside.
Who's guarding him? He's got
Seems
41.
like Edwards never stops competing and believing right until the final buzzer.
Beat him against Anderson. White outside.
James Job is way with Kyle Anderson.
5 to shoot. He
Great
puts
look.
in the check.
Nice.
So impressive with the fortitude, the will to battle back, but it did take a lot of energy to get
All right, we got 2 for 1 opportunity here. Let's capitalize.
About staying the course, and their attitude never changed.
And some changes here for the Celtics. Sam Hauser
That's almost a backboard.
And it's Pritchard in
No
for White.
way.
Minnesota also with the sub.
Come on.
DiVincenzo's checked in.
Look at DiVincenzo going on
Still
the attack.
plenty of time left.
Knows they need some points on this possession, and he delivered.
We're now joined by our sideline reporter, Allie LaForce. Allie, it's all yours.
Over the break, I listened in on Joe Mazzulla's huddle. He was direct with his message, saying, quote, "This
Come on,
is
give him
the
a screen,
playoffs.
something.
Leave it all out
Great
there on
look.
the floor. It's winning
Sweet.
time.
Tie
Finish
game,
it."
11 seconds.
Back
Here
to
we
you.
go.
Allie, thank you so much.
And such a clutch shooter. I mean, he lives with a big shot. And when he's rolling like this, watch out.
Come
One of
on.
those guys who just knows how to generate offense.
Please.
And the Minnesota
Damn
Timberwolves
it.
are
No
your
way we
new
get swept like
NBA
that,
champions.
dude.
Folks, we'd like to thank you for coming out and supporting
Oh,
Damn,
to be
man.
crowned a champion on the road is something else. To win and to do it with a crowd that was so emotional and so into this
Man, the fact that we get swept against the
game,
team is
you've
crazy.
beaten the team and you've conquered everything that this great arena holds.
Yeah, it's a bittersweet moment for the home crowd. But our full credit to the victors and the amazing job they did
Anthony Edwards
to
just
never
was a
lose
problem for
focus
us.
or drive. And boy, this is the moment they've been working towards all season.
So yeah, just couldn't get it done year one, but hey, I don't think that's ever happened in the Sims I've done thus far, so. Yeah, and Anthony Edwards, Finals MVP, well deserving. I mean, 35, 7 and 5 are some all-time kind of numbers to put up, but yeah, just to be swept like that, you'd like to see a little bit more fight from our team, but yeah, I mean, nothing really much else to say about that, but here are the jersey or retirements: LeBron, Harden, Curry, Jordan, George, Middleton. Oh, and Tim Hardaway will decide to hang it up. That's a bummer because he played great for us. Would love to like overwrite it, but yeah, I just don't think it's really worth it because he could regress for us. So we'll let him hang it up. But yeah, it's a shame. Would have liked to see him get a ring. And then we'll skip the rule changes as well. All right, so do we have a pick here? A lotto pick? No, doesn't appear so. Staff signing. We'll look to bring back Mazzulla, even though he kind of choked it for us there. All right, we'll sign him. All right, sim ahead to the draft. All right, so maybe let's look at players we don't necessarily want to bring back. So like Drummond would be an option there. You get pick 18 from Cleveland. We'll do that. Because right now we got 10, 18, and 29. Maybe we get rid of, yeah, maybe Hauser. Just, I mean, 1.65. Yeah, I mean, it's a lot for the amount of production we got from him. So, yeah, maybe he's a logical option there to move on from. First from the Hornets. Sure. Given a lot of players to the Hornets, but I'm not too worried about them. Sion James. Wow, no. Oh, he's not under contract. Thought maybe we could get something for him, but yeah, missed that. All right. Then 2 firsts from the Spurs. Get Vooch back from the Lakers. I like that one trade. Was it Rockets? Yeah, we'll do that. And what else? Maybe Dunn. I don't think he really played much. 15 minutes per game. Hachi. A Mavs first. Ooh, Mitrob. That'd be a pretty good pickup. Maybe if we trade like 2nd round pick. Let's see, Magic first. No. Let's do 2nd. No, we don't want to give up a first here. And then that 2nd. Okay. Alright, so we got Mitrob as a center option. Drummond will likely cut, I'm thinking. And so, in terms of overalls here, Okay, I think we're in a good spot. We got some draft capital we can maybe move with. I was thinking maybe we trade up for Cameron Williams. Let's see if he doesn't go 1. Okay. And then the Bulls, they might take him. He's not exactly the consensus #1 pick, but so I will try to make that trade. All right, so 2, let's go 18, 29, and maybe like our own picks. All right, let's try that. No, and then 2031. And what else? Maybe the Hornets 2030. Really, even still, huh? Yeah, I mean, I would be trading, we'll also be trading, Drummond here, but, alright, let's try this. Alright, so, got the 2nd overall pick. We did give up quite a bit there, but I think we are in desperate need of a center. And we do have our 10th pick. We're some ahead to 10. So, like, Caleb Holt we could get. What else? If we trade out first from the Hornets again, Precious, Achua, Chris Dunn. Man, not great value here at pick 10. Maybe someone like Kobe White. They do want another first for that though. So if we add Kobe White, could move him to back up 2 spot. Yeah, I wouldn't be mad at that. Yeah, let's do that. Alright. And we still got a pick? Oh yeah, we just traded for the 30th pick. Alright, sim ahead to the 30. Yeah, Gaskins. I think that'd be good. Okay, so we got Williams and Gaskins. Player options. We'll keep James around for another year, sure. Alright, moratorium time. So Bird year, no one. And then Drummond, I mean, he's left knee day to day, so at some point we will trade him. But yeah, I mean, we already have enough centers as it is. Shooting guard, we can get Isaiah Joe, that'd be massive. Actually, you know what? We want to move Kobe White to the 2. We got Derek White and Kobe White. That's funny. Alright, so we need a point guard then. Maybe like Scottie Pippen Jr. And then a 3-spot player. Yeah, like DeAndre Hunter. I think that makes the most sense. And yeah, that would be it for us. So Scottie Pippen we can bring in. Hunter will go elsewhere. So maybe a guy like, maybe we try to trade for another guy. Because wait, power forwards. We're looking at here. Tatum, Walsh, Gaskins, Simmons, Gonzalez. Okay. I mean, Pell Larson, he makes the most sense. He's restricted though. Damn. Well, let's just do Derek Jones Jr. Nope. He'll go elsewhere as well. Champagny. Maybe if we move him to the 3, he would get better. We'll try that out. Alright. Alright, so if we move Champagny to the 3, 2677. Alright, so he goes up. Cool. So that seems like a smart option. Alright, so we'll sim ahead to the next season, and we'll try to trade Drummond when we can when he's not injured. Stop. Okay, hopefully he shouldn't be injured here. Alright, there we go. And yeah, first with the Sixers. Oh, we just get that pick back that we traded earlier. Cool. Then we want the 2028 draft class here. as we head into year 2 of the sim. Okay. So we got White, who's really regressing majorly. Brown, Gonzalez. So Simmons regressing a bit. So Williams is the 10th man. All right. I mean, yeah, we're getting a little bit worse, I think, overall, but we're adding prospects that hopefully do pan out for us quickly. I mean, wait, who's our starting lineup right now? White, Brown, White, Brown, Tatum. Yeah, that's a pretty good lineup, I would say. All right, 13-4, solid start. It's probably, yeah, it's Chase Richardson for Simmons. No, we'll say no to that. 18-6 for the first 24. It's not too shabby. Darren Fox, NBA Cup MVP. Yeah, I think honestly our goal here should be, I think we got 61 wins last year, so let's aim for, let's say 63. I feel like that's reasonable. I think it's obtainable. Yeah, why not, right? Capella, Pritchard, decline. Nipple, Williams, no. Sasser, Simmons, no. Trade deadline, let's check this out. Will resign. Sign on James. Okay, we'll do that. All right, let's continue the sim here. All right, we're 43-16 so far. Extension deadline. White, Brown, Gonzalez, Tatum is a little banged up. All right, we're in a good spot, I think. Not going to change up too much here. And in terms of contract extensions, yeah, we don't need to touch anything there. $48-20, so we got 40. We hit the 40 mark again, but yeah, we're still not at the same pace as last season. So maybe that 60 was it? I gave myself 63 wins or so. Maybe not achievable this season. So wow, Giannis with the Lakers wins MVP. Stokes Rookie of the Year. Christian Anderson Sixth Man. Chet Holmgren Defense Player of the Year. Darius DeCuff Most Improved. Cade Cunningham Clutch Player. Jason Kidd Coach of the Year. I swear we had a better record than them, but okay. So Jason Tatum, again, great performance. And Brown makes third All NBA team this year. And any defensive players? No. Cam Williams does get a nod for All Rookie team. All right, let's look at how we're looking here, injury-wise. So White is a little bit banged up. That's Derek White. And yeah, we do secure the 1 seed yet again. We'll face off against Orlando, who we saw a year ago. We should get through Orlando. Come on. Let's sweep them. All right. Gentlemen's sweep. There we go. We'll face off against the Knicks here. Okay. So the Knicks team, how are they looking? So Chua is now the starting power forward, but it's still the same Knicks team for the most part. All right. We'll simcast game 1. And they're giving us a lot of scout advice here. think last year we beat the Knicks in 6, so I think our roster is a little bit better than a year ago, so hopefully we can eliminate them a little bit sooner. Come on, come on. Let's finish strong. Nice. Up 2 games to 0. All right, here we go. Game 3. It's a tight one. We're down. Okay, we're up now. Come on, finish strong. There we go. Once again. All right, we're up 3 games to 0 here. All right, we're up 8. Come on, guys. All right, we're up 1. Up 5. All right, we should sweep. Awesome. We face up against the Hawks in the conference finals. Okay, so they've added Darren Peterson. Nickeil Alexander-Walker's a starting point guard. It could prove to be a tough team. All right, here we go. I think on paper still, Tatum and Brown should have this under control, though. Full faith in them. Overtime. Wow, we lose in overtime. All right, so we're I think for the first time these playoffs, we're down in a series. Cannot let it happen again. Guys, come on. This Hawks team is not that great. Gentlemen, come on. All right, so Kobe White looks to be out. Or no, wait, what? Oh, no, he's healthy. What? That was weird. For a second, it looked like he was out. All right, got to win these next 2 games here. All right, we do finally win a game against this Hawks team. Let's get the momentum going forward. Cannot let them win at home. Let's keep the streak going of teams winning on the road. All right, sizable lead. We won by 10. Tied up the series. All right, now here we go. Let's win it back at TD Garden. We're still down in this one. Going neck and neck to the end, and we will win. So 3 straight wins for us. Can we make it 4 and advance to play the Spurs once again in the finals? Looking good. Awesome. All right, back-to-back finals appearances for the Celtics team. But yeah, this team we got swept by a year ago. Or no, wait. Never mind. We played the Timberwolves last year. Yeah, I'm tripping. Okay, so the Spurs team's going to be tough. Let's see how our 10-deep rotation looks. Cam Williams, Mitch Robb, Hugo Gonzalez. Still got Keita starting, which is pretty impressive, all things considered. But okay, so game 1. We got Champagnie versus Champagnie, I believe. That's pretty cool. They've added Tobias Harris. Carter Bryant is now their starting 3. Maybe Fox is off the bench. He doesn't appear to be starting now. But all right, game 1. We do have home court. Hopefully we can use that to our advantage again. I mean, we dropped the first 2 against Atlanta, but I feel like we're a new animal now after winning the last 4 in a row. 33-point win in game 1. Let's make it 2-0 at home, guys. Come on. Looks like we'll lose this one. Yeah, we'll lose by this one pretty badly there. All right, so they got Mitch Robb banged up. They're putting Pritchard as the starter for now. We'll see if that continues. All right, down 4 after the first. They're starting to build on their lead. We're still in it, though. 4-point game here late. And we're storming back. And we'll take game 3. Awesome. So mission accomplished. We still won in their home turf. All right, here we go. Game 4. Can we win on the road once again? 106-90. Still plenty of time. They take the lead back from us. Still close. We're down 3-2 minutes. We'll jump in here. Got to be a win here. Got to be a win.
Here's Brown. Simmons is doubled.
Yeah, double team.
Tie it up.
Good look.
Oh, it's off.
He continues
to
let it fly.
Need to stop.
But the makes have been few and far between.
They've got Victor Wembanyama. Harper out there with Stephon Castle. Then there's Tobias Harris.
Nice.
That's who's in the game for the Spurs.
Push it.
White looking it over. Here's a pass to Tatum.
he had that shot. He shouldn't have taken that.
Now Robinson.
Pass it.
Shot clock at 6. White outside. Jacks up a 3.
What a terrible look, guys. What are we doing?
Spurs lead by 3. From 13 feet. Oh,
nah, just a wide open jumper.
The young man showing composure down the stretch. Big points from Castle in a big moment.
There's a pass to Tatum. Ooh, it
Come
doesn't go.
on.
San Antonio has gone 3 of 7 from the perimeter during the 4th.
Still not out yet. You need to stop here,
Robinson
though.
against Wembanyama. Using the clap.
Alright, that's a game. 7-point game in 44 seconds. Yeah. I mean, yeah, they just stormed ahead of us at the very end there, but still tied series. Don't count us out just yet. Alright, game 5 back in Boston. Alright, we need some much needed motivation from our fans here. Big time second quarter, and we will take a 3-1 or 3-2 lead rather. So we got a chance to win it all. We got 2 chances to win it all here. Easier said than done, but yeah, the Spurs team isn't showing any quit in them. It's a close game here to the wire. Up 5 with a minute 3. We got a real chance here to win our second championship in a 4-year span. Just gotta lock up.
58 seconds left to play in the final quarter.
Can't open the door for him.
Outside Harper. Does not go in.
Good board.
Defense kind of rolled the dice there, and I'm a little surprised that it ended up going their way with the miss.
Double team, get it out.
For Boston.
Nice.
On the block, it's Tatum.
Hi, boy Gonzalez.
Jaylen Brown out there with Kobe White. And it's Gonzalez in at the small forward.
This is a do-or-die possession. They have got to get points.
Anything other than
hand up.
This is where you lean on your stars to get you to the finish line.
All right, here we go. All right, play the foul game. Here we go, Kobe White. Big clutch here.
He doesn't hit the first, and that is the one they really want. He's got one more, though. Vassell, he's checked in for San Antonio. Boston also with the sub. White's checked in. And San Antonio has possession.
No threes, please.
They trail by 6.
Good D. There we go.
And so they choose to intentionally foul.
I'm ready to call it. I think we finally punched it.
They would have liked to foul someone different.
He hits the first one, and that makes it a 7-point lead. And so both free throws are
8-point game, we call timeout, 20 seconds.
San Antonio
I think at this point,
timeout.
lead is insurmountable.
19 seconds left here in the 4th quarter. Guys, what do you think?
Trying to keep hope alive, but I don't see them making a comeback.
With timeouts, it's use them or lose them. So why not go
Good
down
board,
fight?
Tatum. There it is. Just to dribble it out here.
Harper against White.
Four, 3, 2, 1. Let's fucking go.
And the Boston Celtics have done it. They are now the NBA champions.
Thanks, everyone, for joining us for tonight.
Oh, to be crowned a champion on the road is something else. To win and to do it with a crowd that was so emotional and so into this game. You've beaten the team, and you've conquered everything that this great arena holds.
Yeah, it's a bittersweet moment for the home crowd. But our full credit to the victors and the amazing job they did to never lose focus or drive. And boy, this is the moment they've been working towards all season long. And even though they don't get to celebrate in front of their home fans, does not take away from the satisfaction.
And we've enjoyed bringing you every minute of the action here on 2K Sports. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next season.
And there you guys have it. Able to win a championship in our second season of the Sim. With a revamped Celtics team going forward as well. Added Zion James. Added Cam Williams. Caleb Holt. Oh no, it was a Holt or Gaskins we got. I forget. Kobe White proved to be a great piece at the 2 spot. And then we were able to move Brown to the 3. But yeah, I mean, to take down the Spurs team that's like really looking like to be the team to be in the future. Yeah, the Celtics window is closing more and more so every day, just with, some older players on big contracts. But we were able to secure Derek White for another year. But yeah, he's still making around like 30 mil a year. So could be a big problem going forward. Kada are still our starting center. Pritchard, Simmons, we added as well. Mitrob. Yes, we added some pieces, but got a lot of rings for some first-time champs, so that's awesome. Champions are in the blood with the Pippen family. Got Scottie Pippen Jr. a ring, so that's awesome. And yeah, it was Gaskins, who didn't play like at all for us, but yeah, there you guys have it. We're able to accomplish a win in the finals for the second time in a 4-year span. And yeah, ultimately we did lose last year, but still a very competitive Celtics team here going forward. And so for Mitch Rob, looks like the Knicks won it the other year. So is that 2 rings now for Mitch Rob? Wow, that's pretty impressive. But yeah, this Tatum Brown duo looks to be looks to have another ring in them, as we proved here. And yeah, future's still bright. I wouldn't say the Celtics are done yet, and we proved that here today after losing against the Sixers in real life in Game 7 just a day ago as I'm doing this video. But that's going to do it for me today. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Check me out on Twitch, CZC YouTube, and please check me out on YouTube at CZC. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.